Okay, go on.
And I was like, he's like, "Would you like some help?" I'm like, "Yes, please." All swollen and everything. And he's like, "Well, I'm a little busy at the moment." And all he's doing is watching his westerns while eating a sandwich.
What do you got? Man loves his westerns.
And I was just like, "Forget about it, forget it," And I go out there with a part, a wrench, still pouring rain.
What the heck are
And
you doing with this like layout?
what am I doing?
You're making this weird layout of squares.
Oh, I don't know. I just fill things out by 3 by 3.
Okay, so you run out there in the rain.
Yeah, it's still raining out there, and what I didn't realize is because took those shingles off and everything, and it was raining. When I went in there to get the part, the entire inside where I took off, to access the water heater,
Yeah,
was filled with water.
and is that a problem?
Yes, for one, the fiberglass insulation stuff, that was all floating in the water now. So when I was sweeping the water out, it's saturated with glass needles from the devil.
Or might as well be saturated and called from the devil.
Yes. So I was
Not
sweeping
feeling
that
so
out,
well.
and when I was sweeping it out, it was getting all over my pants and shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And so then, whenever I would move, I would get stabbed more and more with all that fiberglass crap. Okay?
Okay.
Because it soaked my pants in them. So I finally got it all out there. I installed the part. You know, During all this, hot water, boiling water was spraying on me and shit was going down.
Did anything other than fiberglass shards and boiling water hit you?
Yeah, hot steam.
Well,
Um,
besides that, from the water cooler.
the shingles fell and landed on my back.
Does this happen on an everyday like
Yes,
process?
yes. Hence why I lay in bed the entire next day, not wanting to move because I'm so fucking sore.
Does it annoy you when I just call you over and over?
Oh, yes and no. Most of the time I'm not actually sleeping. I'm just laying there, and this actually looks really nice.
I know. What if I was just like it looks shitty and I started to replace it?
I just disconnect. But anyway, so the main side of the panel, it's out of 2 by 4s and 3/4 inch um
By the way,
plywood.
I would start with just go like doing just going up this high and yeah. But the shingles are made of what?
Or not, well, the stuff that shingles are attached to. Okay, it's 3/4 inch plywood with two
Yeah.
by fours. The whole thing weighs about 300 pounds.
Hmm.
That's how big it is.
Yeah.
It's about 10 feet tall and like 4.5 feet wide.
Okay.
Just a side panel. And so remember, my eyes are completely bloodshot. It's really hard to see. Pouring rain, like 45-degree weather.
Why are you working in that condition, Michael?
Because my mom wants her goddamn hot water. Oh, and at this time, all I had was that really light black jacket. Okay.
You mean the one that's always wet?
Yes, and it doesn't fit. Okay.
Properly.
No, it goes about halfway up my forearm, about 2 inches away from my elbow.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
So, God. So it weighs like 350 pounds. It's just this giant, big, clumsy board, and I'm trying to position it back in there. And it gets stuck. Okay.
Okay.
It gets fucking stuck. Crooked. So and remember, I can hardly see my. It hurts whenever I move because of the fiberglass stuff inside my clothing from the water.
Yeah.
Every ounce of my body is hurting. There gets a little bit of fiberglass in my eye. It's pouring rain, 45-degree weather. It's hell.
Hmm.
Burns over with a large portion of my body, and it's stuck. Okay. So I'm just pissed. I start yanking on it, towards me like a dumbass, trying to get it unstuck, and it falls.
And you fall off a ladder or something?
No, I wasn't on a ladder. I was on ground, but it falls on top of me. Crushing my ankle in it.
Was this yesterday, by the way?
Like 3 days ago.
And is this why you've been sleeping in so late?
Yes.
Do you still pain, or are you fine?
My ankle is still sore as hell, but from the
How
thing
hard
falling.
is it going down the stairs and up 3 days ago?
It's just a pain in my ass. But so it fell, and the only reason the entire 350-pound wooden board thing, the only reason it didn't fall on me completely
It's
was
350 pounds.
yes, the only reason it didn't fall on me completely was because of the concrete wall, the cinder block wall. Like it landed on it like an angle, and the only thing that got crushed was my foot.
Oh, so it's like it was the 45-degree angle of a triangle kind of.
Yeah.
And this is near the garden where we had to pick up those bags that was all dirty because I didn't want to pick it up.
Yes. And so that was there, and I was screaming and cussing. Rain was splashing me on my face, and because of the burns, it was hurting. And the fire, all that shit was going down. I was in pain with a crushed foot, just laying there in soaking, rusty water draining off the board, And I have to clamber up, pushing that board back up. To get it back off my ankle.
Mm-hmm.
And I do. Okay, and then I realize, fuck, I still have to put the insulation back.
Does that mean you have to take the shingle off, or?
Yeah, I have to take the board back out of the way that just fell on me when I was putting it back up.
Because you didn't put the shingles on.
The insulation back in.
Oh, the insulation.
Yeah. I run it back over onto the deck where I put it originally. I pick it all up, just getting more insulation all over me. Put it in there. Shove it all back in there, just hurting like hell. I swear there was even. Yeah. I swear there's freaking insulation on my asshole. Okay? Because it hurt whenever I walked. And
would it hurt to put insulation in your ass?
Yes! You'd probably bleed to death or something.
What is it? Literally just metal?
It's not metal, it's just fiberglass shards. It's like cotton candy made out of glass.
Why is that insulation?
It keeps the heat in.
Can you just put cotton on the roof?
That's a fire hazard.
Oh, wow.
So, anyway. Yeah, it's literally like cotton candy out of glass.
That sounds good. If you're a furnace.
What?
That sounds good if you're a furnace.
Yeah. If I was a furnace. Anyway. So. Where was I? Oh, I was putting it all back. I got that 315-pound board back into place and everything. You know what? I'm thinking, okay, I'm almost done here. I'm almost done. Okay?
Okay.
And I go in, and my dad looks at me and be like, Michael, I'm sorry to say this, but I forgot a part.
And what was the part?
It was the new hot water heater. Not hot water heater, but pump. All I put on was the clock. I didn't put on the... What are you doing? I didn't put on the new hot water pump. I just put on the hot water clock onto the pump,
Yeah.
And I was just pissed beyond utter belief.
Did you have to end up putting it on?
Yeah, so I had to go back out there, still raining and everything, take all that down, take the insulation back out, unscrew the whole pump, get sprayed with more hot water, put the new pump on, put all the insulation back in there, bolt the shingles back on, so I'm done. I go back in there, and it's heaven. Okay, it smells like